Good evening. I'd like to call the Northville Village Board meeting for Monday, July 1st, 2024 to order. Please join me in a silent prayer meditation. All right, thank you. Please join me in a pledge of allegiance.
Mayor Gafino?
Here.
Trustee Christensen?
Here.
Trustee Curtis? Trustee Gately?
Here.
Trustee Lowry?
Here.
Trustee Netrudge?
Here.
Trustee Salazar? Here.
All right, thank you. Under audience comments, we have one person signed up, Leonard. If you'd like to come up. Just give your name and address and on up to the podium.
Leonard Fox Lilscow. I'm at 315 Butterfield Road. Can everybody hear me? I brought chocolate.
We're good.
Just in case.
I heard chocolate.
Yes, Kinder. Anyway, I have a couple of issues that I'd like to just bring up. Sound mitigation on Butterfield. Have you thought of it? Whether bushes, some sort of noise barrier. During some of the peak drive times, it's unbearable. Not to mention the fact that I'm spackling most of the cracks from the heavy trucks. So I would like to present that to the council for consideration. There's a number of ways that it can be done. There's a number of communities along Butterfield and or 59 that have done it. I think it needs to be addressed. Also, the frontage roads are now being used as passing lanes for the trucks in the morning. Unacceptable. I don't think any of you would want to live that way. I'd like to bring that to the board's attention, if you don't mind. Also, the fact that you've got a major choke point here on the Fox River Bridge. Because how many access points are there? One, and most importantly, the fire department. I've seen way too many people that don't live here block the intersections, and then there's been some sort of response needed, and people can't get out because somebody may be going into Harner's and or going into the village here and or just trying to enjoy the park. We have a gorgeous park. And the folks that have been taking care of the plants have done a spectacular job. I noticed we did get a 15-mile-an-hour little sign in the middle. But again, I think there's a number of ways that we can mitigate all of those choke points. And if you would take that up creatively, it would be greatly appreciated. All right. Finally, I have one other question. I'm looking at a lot here in town. And I'm considering, and I don't even know if it's possible because I'd have to submit the plans first, but what are your thoughts on a boxable home within the east side of North Aurora?
What type? I didn't get what you said.
A boxable home such as Elon Musk's, where it's completely self-sufficient, only requiring a sewer and or power hookup for auxiliary. If that's a possibility. I don't know. I just broaching the subject right now. I also have a developer that's willing to look into a small community. And the boxables, if you're not familiar with them, I think would fit in quite nicely with the MCM style of homes that we do have. Something possibly even the IKEA design of manufactured homes that are assembled on the actual lot. We've got to go into the 21st century, 22nd soon enough. I don't know if all of you will make it, but I will. Anyway, those things please consider if you would. Also, I think we could use with the sound mitigation and the thing I first brought up, there are vibrational devices And if you've ever spent any time in the morning, you'll know what the vibrations are like on Butterfield Road that will reclaim the power and the energy from that. So if you would take it up as a board, take a look at those different options for Butterfield. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I am leaving and I'll be moving out on the 16th because this ticket says 313 Butterfield Road, Honda Element, green, parked, right-hand wheels not parallel or within 12 inches of the curb. I know exactly who wrote this ticket, but I contend they have no clue what 12 inches looks like. I have the picture. And as far as not being parallel, 3 degrees off of 90. 3 degrees. Granted, this is a warning ticket, but I don't put up with shit like this. Somebody targeted me and got both of my vehicles, and it's bullshit. I know it's only a warning, but warnings lead to fines. I don't appreciate it. Thank you for your considerations. Have a great night. And if you want chocolate, I'll bring it.
All right. Anybody else? Seeing none, consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
yes,
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
All right. Thank you. Under new business, item 1, Joe.
Thank you, Mayor. Aurora Police Department requests authorization for the procurement of a one-year subscription to Code Red by Onsolve. This service is intended to augment the village's capabilities in emergency notification systems, serving as a replacement for the current Nixle platform. Staff has evaluated various software solutions in its anticipation of the impending expiration of the Nixle contract scheduled for July of 2024. Code Red provides rapid and reliable alerts through the delivery of highly customizable information or instructions during critical incidents. Emergency alerts or routine messages can be sent via multiple channels, including email, SMS, voice, mobile app push notifications, social media, and more. The automatic opt-in process is also improved over Nixle as a reverse 911 type of program that can be utilized to reach a much higher percentage of residents and business owners than a traditional opt-in program can. Staff notes that the automatically opted-in residents would only receive emergency notifications. In addition to the public notification capability, Code Red includes a notification system that staff can use. Some examples are the police department can use it for overtime opportunities or mass call-ins. Public Works can use it for snow plowing events, and the village hall staff can be notified when their parking lot is unavailable for special events. Code Red will also replace EMA's I Am Responding system as well. The cost for Code Red's one-year subscription will be $6,746.77 for setup, implementation, training, and $150,000 message unit package. Any message sent beyond that will be at 2 cents per message. Currently, staff is billed $8,076 for Nixle and $305 for EMA. I Am Responding, so it will be a small savings. Staff believes that transitioning to Code Red will enhance the village's communication efficacy during critical incidents and emergencies and serve as a valuable tool for our village's public safety strategy. Given that this agreement may automatically renew, a multi-year agreement may exceed $25,000, so staff is bringing this to the board for their initial approval.
motion to approve,
Second. Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Salazar,
yes,
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Item 2, Dave.
Actually, I'll be taking that, Mayor. Thank you. Item number 2 is the approval of a 5-year contract with the Heartland Business Systems for the Barracuda services. It's our computer backup replacement. The amount is $57,756.24. Once again, this is a 5-year contract. The annual amount a little over 11,000. But just like Code Red, because this is a multi-year contract, the cumulative amount is more than my spending authority, which is why it's in front of the board. Basically, Barracuda is our backup system. It backups everything we do here at the village. It has reached its end of life. The hardware is no longer supported. And Dave and his team went and looked at some options, and they think Barracuda is still the best out there for what we want and what we use. And based on that, we're going to have the server here on site, and it'll also store everything in the cloud as well as for redundancy. And given this is a 5-year contract, we actually get equipment replacement after 4 years if we stick with it. So at this point, we're looking to basically keep Barracuda, but enter into a new 5-year agreement with Heartland.
Motion to approve. Discussion? Roll please.
Trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
Yeah.
Trustee Gately.
Yes. All right, thank you. Item 3, Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 3 tonight, I'm just trying to zoom in on my computer, it's the liquor license for Fortunato. As you know, Fortunato, it was on the last agenda at the committee of the whole, and this is for the new restaurant located on Orchard Road. And he has also indicated that he would like video gaming, which is going to come up on the next vote. But this is for a new liquor license for Fortunato.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll please.
Trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis, trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 4, Steve.
All right, item number 4 is the approval of a resolution approving supplemental video gaming license for Fortunato Fish and Oyster, 2040 West Orchard. As you know, you just approved the liquor license. Now that he has the liquor license, he can apply for the video gaming license per our process and went to the committee of the whole at the last meeting. And now it's at this point, it's for your approval. And if approved, because of the size of his restaurant, he can have up to the maximum 6 machines.
Yes. Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Roll please.
Trustee Curtis, trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen.
Yes. All right, thank you. Item 5, Brian.
This is to reject the bids for the police department boiler removal and replacement project. At the committee of the whole meeting on June 17th, we requested feedback on the project, which came in around $67,000 over budget. So we're moving forward with the planter option. So village staff is recommending the rejection of the bids for the police department bollard removal and replacement project.
Motion to approve.
Second. Discussion?
Trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
Yeah.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry.
Yeah.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes. All right, thank you. Item 6, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor. This is to enter into a professional service agreement with Engineering Enterprises, Inc. For an HMO system modifications. So this will have a bunch of acronyms in there for PSAs, EEI, and HMO systems. So the Water Division identified some necessary modifications and upgrades to our HMO system, which is hydrous manganese oxide. This is used to remove radium from our water. This will include the feed system, bulk chemical storage tanks, and mixing systems at both water treatment plants. Staff reached out to EEI to put together a professional service agreement. The total cost came back in at $39,820, which is over $30,000 budgeted. However, the scope of this work for the total amount will end up being $205,000. Staff is recommending entering into the PSA with EEI in the amount of $39,820.
Motion approved.
Second.
Discussion? Let's go ahead, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
All right, I think that concludes the business, village president report. Everyone have a safe, enjoyable 4th. Trustee comments?
4th of July 3rd.
July 3rd, July 4th. Administrator report.
Just a reminder that we do have our fireworks here at Riverfront Park on July 3rd. We have music from 6 to 9 in the park, and then 9:30 is the fireworks. Other thing I wanted to mention too, since the board had updated the strategic plan when we approved it a few months ago, one of the things we added was the enhancement of the Veterans Memorial and trying to bring more attention to it. You might have seen in past emails that we're moving forward with having a couple local residents and some staff meet together. We have a couple of people on staff who are veterans that are going to be in this group. And they're going to start working with Tesco and Associates at the end of July. And the goal is to create a concept plan to try to make some enhancements to the Veterans Memorial. The most important thing trying to get out of this is we're trying to have things that are also doable quickly. So it's one thing to have a plan that might come up with something that is expensive and grandiose and takes time to budget for and whatnot. It's another thing to find things that we can actually implement fairly quickly. So we're trying to do a mix of both and make sure that there's some attainable goals in there.
Which would be ready for Veterans Day, hopefully something, just a little
good.
kickoff. Department reports, Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Just to give everybody an update with the street racer issue that we've been dealing with. Since the weekend of April 19th to the 21st, we've been adding 1 or 2 officers on weekends, so patrol can handle their calls for service and the extra officers will focus on the street racers. Since those weekends, and including this past weekend, 311 citations, 142 ordinance violations, and 185 warnings have been given for a total of 638 documents. We are also working with the state attorney's office. So when they go to a private property and the private property does not want them removed, officers can walk through, find equipment violations, things like that, and mail the register owner citations. So we've seen a dip in activity within our jurisdiction, but they're still in the industrial area off of Bilter and head west of Deer Path.
Just another thing to add to that, in our staff meeting today, we talked about additional ways that you can try to alleviate some of that. And one of them is to work with the private property owners, because Joe's team is doing a great job, but they also don't have certain rights on private property. So with that, what we're looking to do is see if we can reach out to a couple of businesses in the areas, the industrial areas where there's long stretches of street, wide open parking lots, see if maybe we can work with them on private enforcement agreements to access their properties.
All right, thank you. Any other
Very good.
department reports? Seeing none, motion adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. All right, thank you. We'll be starting committee of the whole meeting shortly.